We did a marathon of 13 battlefield visits this spring, and to prepare, we read period diaries, we practiced 19th century wartime cookery, and we watched the entirety of Ken Burns' 11.5-hour Civil War documentary. But don't worry, I'll keep this at 6 minutes. Every battlefield visit follows pretty much the same formula. Show up at the visitor center and get our junior ranger stuff, then watch a video about the battle in their theater and check out maps and artifacts in their museum, and then tour a little bit of the monuments in the battlefield itself. I'm making a very obvious statement when I say that war is ugly. And for someone who has grown accustomed to seeking out the most beautiful places in the country to travel to, planning a route around all of the preserved sites of bloody combat between Americans and their brothers was a challenge. I knew it was going to be important, and it's a vital part of our American history education component. My guess is that if we were to conduct a poll in 5 years, the older kids might have some meaningful battlefield memories, and the younger kids probably will just look at it as an exercise in endurance, mostly. Some battlefields, it was definitely easier than others to get ourselves really into the narrative because there's heroes and there's great examples of excellent leadership and there's memorable personalities, but there were plenty that were definitely not that.
All right, Tess, salute!
Is a battlefield meant to provoke thoughts of those who died here, or of those who walked through hell and came out the other side? How are you supposed to remember by bathing yourself in an environment that's so antithetical to the event itself? All the battlefields are preserved in a state that's so unlike the moment when they gained their infamy. They're lush and green, they're breathing life, and they're dotted with monuments of stone that suggest forever. And there's nothing of the carnage and the horror and the sickening sounds and the smells and the sharp realness that, just like that, life is over. I hear the arguments from my teenage sons that war is good for the world. They mimic Roosevelt in that. They say it precipitates great innovation. We wouldn't have a microwave and the jet and the, I don't know whatchamacallit, if not for the pressure cooker of war, driving ingenuity forward. So maybe the meditation in these alive green fields is how, despite man's intermittent tendency towards purposeful destruction, life and growth seem to be stronger.
This Confederate hospital in Richmond was, at the time that it was in operation during the war, serving 76,000 patients. It was the largest military hospital in human history. Okay, so you can see that there was actually more buildings than just this one building. Okay, so we're sitting here in traffic at this hospital complex, and that's the White House of the Confederacy, right there, right in the middle of everything, just plopped right in there.
Technologies are crafted, and they give a winning edge in a fight to the death. But then when the time to kill has passed, that same technology is eagerly applied to find a way to strengthen and beautify life, to become an innovation we can be proud of. These green fields and these quiet woods that are all dotted with monuments are proof of that tendency towards life. We want to redeem the charred ground. We want to give it life again. And the stories that we tell in our monuments are of gratitude to those that we give credit with making our lives more secure and free because of their sacrifice. So I suppose I have found beauty here in these formerly non-beautiful places. And as we learn and retell the stories of those who demonstrated courage and honor and leadership and humanity, even in the darkest chaos, maybe we can be part of the continued transformation of a place that was defined by suffering and loss to a place that's defined by inspiration and reverence and dignity and life.
We are standing outside, or sitting in the van outside of the spot where Phil Sheridan arrived to turn around the battle from a certain Union defeat to a resounding Union victory. And this, guys, is our last Civil War battlefield to visit on this trip. How do you feel about that?
I'm glad.
You're glad?
Yeah. I hate
Yeah, we did.
battlefields.
We took a picture there standing by, we did see Manassas, Petersburg, Richmond, Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania, Appomattox,
Okay, I know how.
and many, many others, right?
We haven't seen any of the ones out west.
Really, the only major one that we have left to see is Fort Sumter.
You can see this.